This is Zoe's podcast show. We talk about the UFC. So make sure to grab a drink, tie your laces, fix your face, catch a breeze, and get ready because it's about to go down. Let's go! What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another edition of Zoe's podcast show. I am your host, Zoe, and I'm going to let you know what's going down. This weekend was a great weekend, man. If you watched the fights, if you watched the Super Bowl, I don't know who you are when you watched the Super Bowl, because a lot of people I know didn't watch the Super Bowl because it was just like they probably started watching it and just watched it for the commercials. And, you know, let's not get into that. But the fights this weekend, man, was amazing. Man, the whole fight card was great. From the prelims to the main card. UFC Fortaleza was awesome, man. I'm just going to talk about real quick a couple fights on the prelims, and then we're going to get into the main event. The first one I'm going to talk about is Said Nurmagomedov. Man, this kid is coming up already. You know who he is. You know who he's representing. And this dude gets a second round finish over Ricardo Ramos, man. TKO. Man, it was just great, man. This dude is phenomenal. The dude had that spinning back kick. It's crazy. Then on, it was just that was it. That was it. He came on and just pounded him down on the cage and everything like that, man. It was over. It was simply just a wrap for that guy. So shout outs to Said Nurmagomedov, man. He is coming up. He is here, and he's gonna come up in the rankings as well. So make sure to catch that dude as well. Said Nurmagomedov is coming in the bantamweight division. Watch out for this kid. You know what he does. You know how you already know. You already know how he's gonna do it. You saw the spinning back kick, and you saw the pound, the TKO to win the fight in the second round. It's just crazy, man. The dude is crazy. So make sure to check him out. That was a good fight, man. And another good fight that I want to talk about real quick is, I don't know the dude's, I can't say his last name at all. So I can't say his last name. But the heavyweights that was in the prelims, is it Yair Zinho? I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say it. But that dude put on a show. Beginning of the second round knockout, he hit that high kick. You know, you don't usually see high kicks from heavyweights. This dude hit the high kick, and he didn't really get it. He partially got it because the dude blocked it, but I guess it was too heavy. The dude went down, and he was ground and pound him, man. So shout outs to him, man, for getting that weight as well. And, of course, we had a Thiago Alvarez sighting. Thank you. I mean, Thiago Alvarez came out of nowhere. He put up a fight. Even though it was kind of close and people probably didn't give him that fight, they gave him the decision, and he wins that fight as well. And also, on the end of that prelims, it was Marcos Perez getting that submission in the second round against Anthony Hernandez. He got the anaconda choke on him, and on the second round, it was just a wrap, man. He was trying to fight it. Anthony was trying to fight it, but in the end, it had to come down to that. Man, it was a good fight. The prelims were good, man. I was very surprised. I knew it was going to be a good card, but the prelims it was just good, man. Now, that takes us into the main event. The first fight that we had in the main event was Lavia Sosa versus Sarah Frota. Man, Sarah Frota she was looking real big, man. I thought she was going to take the win. I didn't pick her because I never seen her fight. I probably missed her fight in the Contender Series, but I saw Lavia, and she looked good in her fights as well. So I picked her. But let me tell you something. Sarah is big, especially for that weight class. I mean, it could have went either way. That decision could have went either way, and they gave it to Lavia. I think Lavia just like I felt like when I said on my last podcast, I think she had a little bit more skills, and I was because I really picked her because of, you know, I didn't know who Sarah was, but she did show a little bit more skills. She did show a little bit more than Sarah did, but Sarah was just right there. I mean, she could have took it as well. So Lavia gets the win. Shout out to her. But Sarah, I can see you coming, and she's on the way. I can see it happening real quick. The next fight, Johnny Walker versus Justin Ledet. Man, Johnny Walker's a dude. Like I said, if you check out my last podcast, I'm going to put a link down there for my last podcast. I tell you, this dude is on his way. This dude is a superstar. This dude is coming up in the ranks, man. Johnny Walker is that dude. Now, if you've seen the fight, the whole fight took 15 seconds, okay? So you probably didn't see it, or you probably just got late or whatever the case may be, you probably missed it. But I'm pretty sure if you have like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, you probably would have saw the whole damn fight anyway. So first of all, let's talk about how he came in. The dude came in dancing. I mean, most of the dudes from Brazil came in dancing, but this dude came in dancing. I mean, this dude was shouts to the cut man, or the dude that was putting Vaseline on his face before the fight, because the dude was like winding down. I can't even do it right now. I can't show that to you right now, but he was winding down on the dude, and when he finished putting the Vaseline on his face, man, he was just like, why that happened to me? The dude comes out spinning back fist, knocks him down. He goes down, almost gets an illegal kick. That's one of the things that was really like, woo. At least that didn't happen, because we just saw what happened in the last event. I'm gonna talk about that. But he almost got an illegal kick. So I think he got a little bit carried away, but it didn't land. He gets the ground and pound. He gets the knockout. 15 seconds. And he is a fighter, man. He's got that power. He's got that charisma. He's got everything for a good fighter. So Dana White is definitely probably looking at that dude and saying that's going to be the next dude, one of the next best stars in the UFC. So make sure to look out for that guy, because that dude is coming. He is real entertaining and a real good fighter from what I've seen for the past 3 fights that we've seen. Knocking out in his last fight, and this knockout, and of course the knockout when he had it in a Contender Series. So it's going up for him. It's going up. So shout out to Johnny Walker, man. I picked Johnny Walker as well. The next fight was Charles Oliveira versus David Timmer. The first round was probably the longest first round I've ever seen. I mean, people was getting, not even people, like Charles Oliveira was getting, poked in the eye like a few times. They stopped it. They gave David a point. They knocked the point off, which was cool. I'm very into that, man, because these pokes in the eyes is getting way too crazy. So that first poke, he gave him a point off. The ref. Now the second poke came out, and they stopped it for a little bit, whatever the case may be. And then, it looks like Charles Oliveira got a little bit amped up, a little bit mad about it. He did get knocked down. The second round, that's when he came up with the TKO win and, knocks out David Timmer. So, shout out to Charles Oliveira, man. I picked him as well. I'm pretty perfect on my picks on this way. I'm going to let y'all know out there. I did miss one, and I'm, very sad about it. But I only missed one. That's pretty good. I think so. But shout out to Charles Oliveira for getting that W. Gets poked in the eye, comes back, and wins the fight, man. Even my wife was like, that's good for that dude that poked him in the eye. She was watching with me too. So. The next fight was Damian Maia versus Layman Cyborg Good. I picked Damian Maia for the win because Layman Good, his last fight didn't do anything good for me, you know what I'm saying? Good, right? His fight didn't do that spectacular for me. I didn't feel like he was going to do anything damaging to Damian Maia, especially how Damian Maia wins his fights. Then Damian Maia came out, did what he does, get that JBB intact, took him down. It was just the first round, 2 minutes into the first round. I mean, Layman had no chance, man. I didn't think he had a chance either way. But Damian Maia gets the submission win. He's like 41, and he's still getting these submission wins. I don't know when he's going to stop, but he didn't take no damage in that fight. I don't even think he got punched in that fight, and it went down for 2 minutes. So I don't think he got punched, anything at all. He had the top position. He had his back for a while too. He had the body lock on his back and everything like that. Grinded it out and got the submission. So shout out to Damian Maia for still getting the submission wins. He's still the top 10 dude, even though those wrestler dudes know how to beat him. But when it comes down to anybody else, nobody's going to beat him. Now this takes us to the co-main event. Now I'm going through these things quickly because that's how quick the fight night was. That's how quick the fight card was, man. They were just going boom, 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 like all the time, and I was so happy about it. So when this fight card started happening, I'm in Texas, so it's like the Central Time Central, whatever it's called. I don't know what's going on right now, but it's time zone. That's what it's called. So when that fight started, it was 9 o'clock. I was like, well, actually, it wasn't 9 o'clock. It was 8 o'clock. And I was like, it's like 8:30. What's going on? Like, we almost at the main event. This is about to be a quick night. So that fight's happened like around 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever the case may be. And I picked Ronaldo Moicano, but I was wrong about that one. See, that's the one that I got wrong. I picked Ronaldo because I felt like he was the up-and-coming dude. He's going to, I picked him by decision too, because I didn't believe that he was gonna knock out Jose Aldo. I didn't believe in that. But I picked Ronaldo because I feel like he has the same body style as Max Holloway. I feel like he's coming up and he's a real good fighter. The only fight that he really lost was to Brian Ortega, and that was like a split-second loss. Like, he was winning that fight. So I picked Ronaldo for that fight because of that. Man, I was wrong. I was so wrong. Even though I love Jose Aldo. I love Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo is one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. I didn't pick him because of that reason. But Jose Aldo proved me wrong, which I'm happy about. I'm cool with that. He proved me wrong. Got the knockout in the second round with the just going in real fast. Boom, 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 boom. Got the TKO. And in Jose Aldo form, jumps out the cage, runs to the crowd, embraces the crowd. Everybody loves him. That is the king of Rio for real. So shout outs to Jose Aldo. He is not done yet. He's got one more fight, I think. 1 or 2 more fights in the year. It depends on what he wants to do. But he does want to retire this year. And of course, we heard some chirps with Brian Ortega saying, let's do it. I don't know exactly what he said, but Brian Ortega wants that fight. Brian Ortega wants to fight Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo is basically the gatekeeper to fight Max Holloway. And I thought if Ronaldo would have won this fight, he would have fought Max Holloway. But now Max Holloway is free to do whatever he wants. He can go up to lightweight, whatever the case may be, because right now there's nobody to fight Max Holloway, and he can do whatever he wants right now. But like I said, the gatekeeper is Jose Aldo. It goes through Brazil. So if you go in Brazil and you can fight Jose Aldo and you beat Jose Aldo, then you might be able to get that title defense. But for right now, he's the gatekeeper. Brian Ortega might be the next gatekeeper when Jose Aldo bows out and retires. But Jose Aldo, man, he's still the truth. He's still the truth. Also, what I wanted to talk about real quick is with Jose Aldo being retiring pretty soon, and Brian Ortega might get his rematch. I don't know. I don't think he should get his rematch because Max Holloway did his thing. But the rematch that I do want to see is him versus Ronaldo. I do want to see that rematch. Was it a fluke? Was it just because he got overzealous and lost the fight? I don't know. But I would like to see that rematch. Maybe after Jose Aldo retires, and we'll get to see if Max Holloway is still in the weight division. We'll get to see if he will defend the title against Ronaldo or Brian Ortega again. So, but I do want to see that rematch against Brian Ortega versus Ronaldo Moicano. I do want to see that rematch because I think they can both go the different ways with that. I mean, Brian Ortega has gotten better since, and Ronaldo still the same fighter, but he could have won that fight against Brian Ortega. So we'll see. Who knows? Y'all let me know in the comments down below. So that comes to the main event of the fight card. Rafael Assunção. I say Rafael. I don't even say why I say Rafael. Rafael Assunção versus Marlon Morales. This fight was so anticipated by me because I wanted to see if Marlon Morales would get that win over his loss. I wanted to see if Marlon Morales would get that revenge. He gets the revenge so quick, y'all. So quick. First round, TKO. It was spectacular by Marlon Morales. I've been saying this for the longest time. Marlon Morales, he's that dude. His last couple fights was so good that's why I picked him this fight. I know Rafael Assunção is that dude. He's that grinder, and he will get stuff done. And he did beat Marlon Morales last time, but there was something different about Marlon Morales this time, and he's just gotten better and better and better. Training with those dudes in Jersey. Frankie Edgar was there. He was a little coach. He was another coach there as well. But this dude, Marlon Morales, man, shout outs to him. He should get the title fight next against TJ Dillashaw. I don't know what's going to happen with the flyweight division. I have no idea. Nobody knows what's going on in the flyweight division. Is it going to be gone? Is it staying? And if it is staying, is what's his name going to get that title fight against Henry Cejudo? And if that's the case, if Henry Cejudo doesn't move up, can we please get Marlon Morales the title fight to TJ Dillashaw? I know the whole stuff was going on with, Henry wants to move up to fight TJ now. The flyweight division might be gone. All this kind of stuff, everything that's what's going on with that. So we don't know. We don't know yet. But the fight that we want to see is Marlon Morales versus TJ Dillashaw. That dude is coming. I don't know who I'm going to pick yet, but I would definitely look at these fights again. And also, I would definitely look at the TJ fights as well to see who I'm going to pick. But I have no idea who's going to pick, man. I don't know what idea. Let me out. Why don't y'all comment down below. If y'all watching on YouTube, comment down below and let me know who y'all going to pick on that fight, because that's going to be a good one. And I'm definitely going to have the fights on YouTube as well with the UFC 3. I definitely will have that fight as well when that comes out. Whatever one comes out, I'll have the fight. That's about it, man. That's what happened at UFC Fortaleza, man. All that stuff happened. Oh, real quick, I want to talk about the press conference for UFC 235. It was cool. It was alright. Of course, the star of the show was Ben Askren, talking smack to everyone. Basically, the only person he didn't talk smack to was to his opponent. His opponent, and Tyron Woodley, which is his training partner. So, I mean, this dude is ready to fight. He's ready to fight whatever, but we'll see what happens when he fights Robbie Lawler. I understand if he would have won already and then he would have started talking, but this dude haven't had a fight yet in the UFC, and he's talking already, which is cool. I don't mind that. Talk all you want, but we'll see what happens with Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler is no joke, okay? I don't think it should be looking past Robbie Lawler. I don't think it should be, focused on anything else or anybody else other than Robbie Lawler. But we'll see what happens, and we'll go on from there. So shout out to Ben Askren though. And in that clip on the Anatomy of the Fighter, we saw backstage before they went out and did the press conference, we saw Kamaru Usman, greeting a couple people, and also coming to, I think it was Dana White, and Ben Askren says something. Kamaru Usman steps up to him like, "You know me, dude?" And, just like face to face goes to him and everything like that. Didn't look like he was going to do anything, but he was just like, just there in his face, whatever. Nothing really was going to happen because everybody's there. Dana White was right there. Everybody was there. Nothing was going to happen. And he's not going to sacrifice his, title fight for Ben Askren. I didn't think anything was going to happen. But they said that confrontation they had there, and the rivalry or whatever they got going on is kind of real right now. And if Kamaru Usman loses and Ben Askren wins, I can definitely see that fight going down next. Now, if Kamaru Usman wins, we don't know, because we don't know if Tyron Woodley is going to be going up to middleweight. He's been talking about that as well, but we'll see with that. I don't know if he want to get a rematch or anything like that. I guess it depends on the fight. But, and of course, you have Colby Covington in the mix as well, which he doesn't want to fight. I don't know what is going on with Colby Covington. That's your boy. So I guess it depends if what happens in the fight, and if Ben Askren wins or loses that fight as well. Now, if Ben Askren loses to Robbie Lawler, I don't see it happening. But I guess we'll see when that comes about. A little bit of back and forth again with Kamaru Usman and Tyron Woodley. They had a little back and forth there that didn't much mean anything to me. I don't know. And also had a little back and forth with Anthony Smith and John Jones. Just a small bit of that. But the most happy part, the most surprising part of the press conference is with Cody Garbrandt and Pedro Munoz. Those guys were like, we gotta like loving each other. Like, Pedro could not say anything bad about Cody. He could not say anything bad about Cody at all. Even Cody was like, say something bad about me. Not to say anything like you're gonna get, amped up or anything like that, but he was like, say something bad about me. And he was just like, he's a good fighter. So that was a good moment in the press conference. That was a little good moment in the press conference. But also in that press conference, we found out that Holly Holm versus Aspen Land is not going to happen. Now, didn't know why at the time, but Dana White didn't want to get into it. He just said it's not happening for some reason. So we just was up in the air and didn't know what was going on. That's all I got for today, man. Thanks for hanging out with me on YouTube. If you did, make sure to catch my podcast either here on YouTube. Also, you can catch it on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify. I'm gonna put it all up there. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more notifications for more videos. If you're listening, make sure to subscribe to the podcast. I'll put the link on the description, and make sure to write down a review on the podcast. That will very much help me. Like, subscribe, share to everyone out there who loves MMA. I'm out. Y'all take it easy, and y'all have a good one. Peace.